Hello, I'm Scott Wonder. Welcome to another WunderWoods video. In this video, we're going to show you how we built this 14-foot Sapele conference room table with arched metal legs. In the last video, I showed how I designed the table and also spent some time building a mock-up for the customer to approve. We got things started by having Terry do a little test welding.
Hi, Terry. Hey, Scott. Good morning.
They feel more stout than I thought. What are these parts for?
Just basically putting it together, give it a little rigidity, and then when this will maintain the exact gap, because what I do is overlay this piece a 32nd on each side, so your bead is uniform coming down the side.
Okay, explain that again.
Okay, so you've got an overlap. Instead of it being inside or over, it's like this.
Oh, so you got a place to put the weld?
So you got a place to put the weld and you get good penetration on both pieces.
Is this the 12 gauge?
Yeah, see the penetration? That's another reason I left that open. So it's...
Make sure it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. We had all the steel cut out of 12 gauge material at Musterman Fab Shop for us. They have a CNC laser, which you can see working right here. Cuts the parts out very precisely. It even leaves little tabs while it's cutting. You'll see it cut and then kind of do a little zip and cut and then a little zip. And it does that to leave tabs in there to keep the material in place. And then you can see right here where he's pulling the pieces out. He's got to have a little extra power on there because the tab's going to kind of hold the metal in place. After the metal's cut, you can tell with the 12 gauge, it's kind of bendy. So Terry had to bend it back into place.
Should be sufficient tacks to hold this. So we get welding it. We'll start welding on this first leg. We'll weld 2 to 3 inch beads. Keep the heat down. Hopefully we don't get any warpage on this thin metal. And then we'll flip it over and just kind of work back and forth between the two. Let these welds get a chance to cool before we put too much more heat on them. So this is kind of what we're shooting for. We'll kind of go in between the tacks, come over here, weld a couple passes, flip it over, keep welding.
After Terry worked on the legs, he started working on the top piece, which is actually made of 2 smaller arches. It looks like it goes through the table, but it's actually just a separate unit that goes on top of the table. He welded and ground the metal, and then he set them up with a laser so that he could, they're tilting in, so he set them with the laser so he could put a line on there, cut it out, and get the two to come together. You can see right here, he's got the laser set up, and one of them's cut out, roughed out, and he's showing right here how he's got it set up and basically just use a Sharpie to mark the line on there. So he's gonna cut that out and then weld these 2 halves together to make the little, I call it a handle. It looks kind of like a teapot handle or something at the top, but it's where the 2 arches come together. After he got those 2 halves tacked and then welded, he worked on the bottom, doing the cutouts for the outlets. We're putting some outlets in there, and we're also putting some data ports on the bottom side, so he's getting those ready. While Terry was at his shop working on the metal part, I was back in our shop working on the top. I started out with these Sapele boards by just kind of laying them out so I could figure out what was going on, trying to get a good look at the wood and to see how it looked as far as the grain goes and things like that. After I got the boards picked out that I thought would be good candidates for the top, I went to the sander and started surfacing. I surfaced more of them than I knew I was going to use, but that's because I still wanted to kind of get a look at them and kind of lay out the top. After I got two sides surfaced, I would normally go to the joiner and run the edge on there, but in this case, I cheated and did all the edges on the CNC, so we have some nice long straight edges. The boards are 14 feet long and some of them were like 17 inches wide, so it'd be tough to handle on the joiner. I was working on this top by myself, so what I did was I would just glue one seam up, clamp it, let it dry, and then do the same thing for the next board. And what this allowed me to do was, first of all, work by myself, so I didn't have to get everybody in the shop to help me. And it also allowed me to work individually on each board to get them to line up and down. Next, I trimmed the top and then took it back to the CNC to cut out slots on the bottom for the legs to fit into and some little slots for the wires. After Terry got the legs done, he loaded them up from his shop, brought them to our shop, and then worked with Adam to make sure they fit. Also notice those nice handles that Terry made so that him and Adam wouldn't crush their fingers.
There it is. Little slot for some electrical. Yes.
After I knew the legs fit, there wasn't much to do on the bottom except for sand it a little bit and spray some finish. I sprayed the finish in place right there. Did not bother taking it to the finishing room because that thing is big and hard to move and would take up most of the finishing room anyway. So I just sprayed it right there in the shop. Then I had everybody help me pick it up so we could flip it over so I could start working on the top.
Good job, Tom.
I sanded the top by hand with the Rotex. It was a little bit too big to fit through any machines we have, so I got to do it by hand. I marked out where the top piece is going to mount. I'm going to router that out just about 1/8 of an inch deep, just so it looks like it's kind of going through the top. While I was doing that, Terry was making little pegs. He made little threaded inserts that were pointy that he could put into the holes. And then that allowed him to set the arch top into place. And then he could hit it a little bit, and it gave us little center points so we knew exactly where to drill the holes so we could attach that top. After those holes were drilled, all the machine work was done, and all that was left to do was finish it. And once again, I finished it right in place. For the outlets and data ports, Tom made these cute little covers on the CNC. We got them wet and then put them in the clamps overnight so they could take a nice little bend to them so they would match the bottom of the arch. To get the metal finish, I started by sanding with 150 grit on the raw metal, basically to just smooth things out as much as I could. There were still a lot of grinder marks and things like that, but that all was taken care of with the high build primer. I spent most of the time working on the top arch section because that's where people are going to just sit there and stare at it, so that wouldn't really need to be pretty much perfect. After everything was painted, it was time to deliver the table and put it together.
Hey Adam, I'm videoing, so if you want to look like you're doing something, do it.
Do something to play around with there.
Look
in there. Here, count the threads.
Yeah, let me see here.
Make sure there's
Looks pretty good.
12. Make sure to screw into this. Now these right here.
Here you go.
Hey Adam,